Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Burritt, President and CEO of U.S. Steel. Thank you so very much for participating in today's virtual grand opening of our first electric arc furnace at United States Steel Corporation. We're super excited about being able to bring this advanced technology to Alabama. And special thanks, of course, to the officials in the region that made this happen. Special thanks to the people that run that facility. Special thanks to our USW represented employees, and of course, the people that actually constructed it. Hats off to each and every one of you for making this such a very special construction, our first ever electric arc furnace. So we're excited about bringing together what we call the best of both technologies, the best of mini mills and the best of integrated mills. And together we have process innovation that mini mills bring and product innovation that integrated mills bring to the fore. So with this electric arc furnace, this is our first type of mini mill technology, and we look forward to the continued development of our strategy in Alabama. Congratulations to all. Let's go ahead and get started. You don't need to have any steel-toed shoes today. You don't have to have your safety glasses on, but I do think you'll enjoy the tour. All the very best to each of you. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Doug Matthews. Thanks for being with us today. It's an exciting day for our Fairfield team, our Tubular team, U.S. Steel. It's an exciting day for our customers, our community, and frankly, our shareholders, because we're here to talk about the successful startup of Fairfield Tubular Steel operations. If you recall, back in early February, March timeframe of 2019, we had a announcement of the Project Restart. And the Project Restart was an exciting day that we were going to be able to restore steelmaking into the Fairfield community. And I think it's referred to as the Valley, which sends a chill up my back to be able to sit in front of you today and now say that we have successfully restarted steelmaking in the Valley. And what does that mean? If you look through the difficulties that we had to overcome, in order to be in front of you today, we had, some somewhat challenging business conditions. We had somewhat, difficulties relative to just sustaining our customers' requirements and making sure that we were in a position to be able to drive the project forward and really, check all the boxes. When we started the project out, we said, we have to be on schedule, we have to be on budget, and we have to make sure that this is a safe workplace for all of our employees and the contractor community that was supporting the construction of the project. And as we, went through that time period, as we went to the peak, if you will, of staffing on site in order to construct the facility, we were hit with this thing called a pandemic, and we had some challenges being able to get the resources that were necessary at that time in the project in order to be able to support, the schedule that we had originally laid out. And, but we persevered, the team, working with, our safety professionals, our health professionals, and our contractors, put together very robust on-site protocols in order to be able to make sure that we minimize any health concerns that might actually take place at the work site itself. And I'm going to say it was an incredible accomplishment, be able to persevere, continue to construct the facility and protect the lives of the employees and contractors that were on the work site. And there were a lot of challenges. There were some unforeseen circumstances that occurred, but the team continued to persevere and ultimately really accomplished both. And our CEO, Dave Burritt, likes to refer to it as protecting lives and livelihoods. And that's really what our focus was as we went through the very difficult second and beginning of the third quarter period. In October, we did successfully strike first arc. And since then, we've continued to progress our hot commissioning. We have successfully made prime pipe off of our caster and produced off of the electric arc furnace. And we're excited about what that means for our customers. From a customer perspective, wow, this is what it's all about. Making U.S. Steel a strategic supplier so that we can continue to enable energy independence in our country and be able to help our oil and gas customers be able to be more safer in their well construction, more environmentally friendly in their well construction, and improve their cost efficiencies, so that they're able to drive, continued success in the safe and extraction of hydrocarbons from source rock. When I think back to, perseverance, grit, determination, innovation, things that are core to being successful in a business, they were all on display throughout this entire project. And really that's a credit to the total team involved. So what does this mean to the future? It really positions our Tubular group to be able to not only survive, but thrive in the United States market and continue to be, for generations to come, a go-to supplier for our customers. It enables us to be able to flex with the market, so that we're able to minimize our costs, minimize our operations when we have to, but when the market starts to take off, be able to ramp up and support our growing customers' needs. At the same time, we're fully integrated from, now billet all the way down to finished pipe downhole with accessories. And being a one-stop shop for our customer is really, really important as you look at complex supply chains, have been under pressure, where simplistic supply chains have been much more efficient and nimble and able to move with our customers' needs. And this really positions us very well to do that. So again, I just want to take a minute to say thank you to the community for being incredibly supportive. But not for your support, this would have been really hard to accomplish. I want to say thank you to Team Tubular, for your perseverance, determination, and grit, all the way through. You all inspired me to stay passionate about this project, and we're excited now to have it back in operations. I want to thank our customers for being incredibly supportive of us. We're working very hard every single day to be the technical solution provider you need with the integrated supply chain that allows us to move quickly with your changing needs and changing expectations. I want to thank, our shareholders, for allowing us the opportunity to be able to invest. And that goes to, starts with the executive leadership team at U.S. Steel, as well as our board of directors, to having confidence in us to be able to allow us to drive this project forward. And really, I'm just going to say, just really excited about the prospects and opportunities that this brings and what it enables for a brighter future, for our Tubular organization. So thank you. Look forward to doing this in the future in person. But for now, really appreciate all the support, and we're going to get back to work.
Hello and welcome to a very special event. I'm Brent Sansing, General Manager of Tubular Operations for United States Steel. I'm thrilled to be with you today to celebrate the grand opening of United States Steel's new state-of-the-art electric arc furnace at Fairfield Tubular Steel Operations. Since we restarted the project in February of 2019, a dedicated team of construction engineers, manufacturers representatives, and our own skilled steelworkers have worked hard to bring this facility to life. I'm so pleased to have this opportunity to recognize their efforts and thank them on behalf of myself and our senior leadership team for completing the facility on time and on budget. Not only do we now have a new state-of-the-art arc furnace, we also have vacuum tank degassing, a ladle metallurgy facility, and a completely revamped 4-strand rounds caster to supply our tubular facilities with the high-quality steel needed to not only meet, but exceed the needs of our customers, America's energy producers. United States Steel has a long and rich history in our nation and our community here in Central Alabama. The completion of the electric arc furnace delivers on a commitment to add sustainable steel making to U.S. Steel's footprint and plays a significant role in the company's best of both strategy. Our best of both strategy combines integrated steelmaking facilities capable of producing the most sophisticated Gen 3 steels with electric arc furnace technology, enabling flexible and efficient steelmaking. I'm a native Alabamian, born in the company-founded hospital here in Fairfield. My two grandfathers retired from U.S. Steel Fairfield Works. My father also worked here. I'm so proud of the team's accomplishments and what this facility means to our company and to our local community. The men and women of Fairfield Tubular Steel Operations have so much to be proud of and such a bright future ahead. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Mr. David Burritt, U.S. Steel's President and CEO, along with the entire leadership team, including Mr. Doug Matthews, U.S. Steel's Senior Vice President for Tubular, for supporting us throughout the construction and commissioning of our new facility. Without their trust and support, we wouldn't be here today. Thank you also to our community leaders and local elected officials who played a key role in bringing steelmaking back to Fairfield. Their vocal and visible support was critical. Thank you all. In closing, I would like to again say thank you to the team here at Fairfield Tubular Steel Operations. I'm honored to work alongside such a fantastic group of dedicated professionals.
Hello, my name is Matt Matthew, and I'm plant manager of U.S. Steel's Fairfield Tubular Steel Operations. I'm pleased to share with you more details about this major project. After a successful on-time, on-budget construction project, we progressed well through cold commissioning and we started hot commissioning with our first arc on October 15th. We're currently making a high-quality product that's being qualified by our customers. We've had a very successful ramp-up to date, developing capabilities and confidence in people, processes, and equipment. We had an extensive training program which included hands-on at other mills, and it's paid off. We realized that simply changing the legacy integrated mill equipment with mini mill equipment like an EAF historically has not been successful as a business model. A greater change must accompany these efforts. It's a mindset change, a culture change that impacts the core business, from scrap market interactions to how we manage cost, to quality customer focus on the floor, and how we treat each other. This is what's required to be successful with the EAF and mini mill concept. Possessing flexibility and agility as core competencies, in addition to the fundamentally lower cost structure, is mandatory in order to adjust to market changes within the cycle. The Fairfield Mini Mill is focused on the four main drivers of mini mill culture: safety, teamwork, trust, and continuous improvement. It'll be a multi-year journey, and we're off to a great start. Everyone has a certain amount of effort they must provide in order to do their job and meet expectation. However, there's a discretionary effort that an employee can give freely of if he or she chooses, if they believe in the team, or the leaders, or the cause. We believe that discretionary effort, the do more because I want to, from our employees will represent our largest competitive advantage here at U.S. Steel Fairfield, especially when coupled with the technology that I'm excited to show you later on the tour.
Hi, my name is Kevin Key, and I'm a representative of the United Steelworkers. I've worked here in the Valley in Fairfield for 16 years, and I'm really proud of the past that we've had here in steelmaking and the effect that we've had on the industry, and I'm even more excited about our future and what we're going to bring to the industry with our people, coupled with the technology that we're bringing here with the arc furnace. We've always had the best people, the best workers, the best minds in the steel industry, and now we're going to couple that along with the best technology, and we will become the epitome of world class. I'm super proud of everyone that's been involved with the United Steelworkers as well as U.S. Steel to get this project off the ground and get it running. I'm so excited that we've made our first steel, and the future is endless here in the Valley. I'm so proud of everyone that's been involved, and congratulations to you all.
Hello, I'm Congresswoman Terry Sewell, and I represent Alabama's 7th Congressional District, which includes the cities of Birmingham and Fairfield. The city of Birmingham built its reputation and its prosperity on the iron and steel mills. In fact, the largest iron statue in the world, the Vulcan, still looms over the city of Birmingham, reminding us that Birmingham got its name, the Magic City, because of the magic of the steel industry that magically transformed the city. I never miss an opportunity to talk about how important the steel industry is to my constituents and Alabama's economy. Steel production and processing continue to play a key role in our local economy. Thanks to steel manufacturers like U.S. Steel, who continue to invest in our people and our communities. We are grateful to U.S. Steel for its $412 million investment to construct the new electric arc furnace at the Fairfield Works facility. We are even more thrilled for its grand opening and U.S. Steel's commitment to the long-term prosperity of this district and the state. I know that Fairfield has been through some tough times in recent years. Since U.S. Steel Fairfield plant downsized in 2015, I have fought in Congress to create a level playing field for our steel workers in the global marketplace. And I've worked closely with U.S. Steel and the Fairfield community to get our steel workers back to work. As a strong supporter of the American-made steel industry, I am thrilled that U.S. Steel will add 150 full-time jobs at its Fairfield Works facility. This is the type of economic turnaround that Fairfield, Alabama needs. While this expansion is a move in the right direction, Congress must do all it can to create jobs and strengthen manufacturing in states like Alabama. I remain committed to working with U.S. Steel and the entire steel industry in the United States to support policies that foster the continued growth of the U.S. steel industry. On behalf of Alabama's 7th Congressional District, I want to thank U.S. Steel for the new electric arc furnace at the Fairfield Works facility. Congratulations. I look forward to continuing to work with our steel workers and U.S. Steel to promote growth and economic opportunity in Alabama's 7th Congressional District and across this nation. Thank you.
I'm very pleased to congratulate U.S. Steel on the successful opening of your new electric arc furnace in Fairfield, Alabama. The construction and operation of this new EAF will help ensure that hot iron will be poured and steel manufactured at the U.S. Steel Fairfield Works for many years to come. It represents a significant commitment to our community and state by U.S. Steel management and team members, for which we are very grateful. I want to recognize the extraordinary efforts put forth by those involved in the construction of this facility in the midst of the pandemic. Completion of this EAF represents an important milestone in U.S. Steel's ongoing effort to enhance customer value and choice through the adoption of the company's best of both manufacturing strategy using both integrated and mini-mill technologies. U.S. Steel has been an important part of Jefferson County and Alabama's economy for almost 100 years. We know that this new technology advanced facility puts us on a path where we can and will continue to work together for many years to come. Congratulations again, and may God continue to bless each of you and the great state of Alabama.
Hi, this is Jimmy Stevens, President of the Jefferson County Commission. And I want to thank you for allowing me to be a part of this virtual grand opening for this new electric arc furnace. These are exciting times, both for U.S. Steel and for our county. This project has been in the works for quite some time and has withstood many challenges. Working together, we overcame those challenges, and now the reality of bringing back jobs to the plant and renewed prosperity to our community has finally arrived. It's exciting to see the investment made come to life and the benefits realized in the Jefferson County community. When we talk about economic development, people immediately think about attracting new businesses to the area, but focusing on the long-term business stakeholders, working with them like we did with this project, and focusing on how we can assist companies invest in new technology that is cleaner and more sustainable, and will bring back jobs. That's a crucial part of our county's plan of growth. We need and want U.S. Steel to be successful, and that's why I'm here today to show the county's support. I want to thank U.S. Steel and its executives and management partners for having the confidence in our area. They had a shared vision for success, and they've set out to make that success a reality. We're celebrating that here today. Thank you so very much, and congratulations as we look forward to more collaboration and even greater accomplishments with U.S. Steel in the future.
I grew up under the shadow of the U.S. Steel operations in Ensley, Alabama many years ago. Most of my neighbors in Ensley were employed by U.S. Steel either at the Ensley plant or the Fairfield plant. U.S. Steel was for many years the largest employer in our area. U.S. Steel has always played a critical role in the modern day economy of Jefferson County and the state of Alabama. That's why it is so gratifying to me to see this important investment come to pass. Through the construction and operation of the new advanced electric arc furnace at Fairfield, U.S. Steel has demonstrated the commitment to manufacture steel at Fairfield for years to come. This is a great day for our community and for U.S. Steel. I want to personally offer my congratulations to the team that safely constructed this new facility while dealing with the challenges of the pandemic, and to the men and women who will operate it. Good luck and best wishes to all of you. Thanks for a job well done.
All right, it's time for our plant tour. We'll start in the Tubular Steel Operations scrapyard. The environmental impact of being a scrap recycler is significant, reducing greenhouse gases and our carbon footprint compared to conventional steel production methods. Currently, there are 50,000 tons of inventory here. In the future, we hope to manage a 3-week supply. This is a state-of-the-art scrapyard that uses barcodes, radiation detectors, and scale feedback from multiple areas as well as other inputs to ensure efficient, accurate results. We designed it to be trucker-friendly so we would be the destination of choice for our scrap truck haulers. And we've received feedback that we're successful, particularly with short turnaround times. The scrap is in segregated piles. There are different specifications and different prices for them. We typically use types called shredded, P&S, heavy melting scrap, pig iron, and bundles. Separated into different piles per scrap grade, they each have a specification for chemistry, density, size, and they cost different amounts per ton. We source 80% of our requirement from a 200-mile radius. At full production, we will use up to 1.8 million tons of scrap. The next step in the process is the electric arc furnace. The EAF is the modern, low-cost way to make steel. It can accommodate many types of raw material inputs and can be operated in many different manners to achieve productivity and/or cost goals. It is also extremely flexible in how it can accommodate market-driven operating schedules. You can shut it down for extended periods routinely without doing damage. Trucks back up and dump into a bucket that can hold around 160 tons. It takes 2 buckets to make a heat. A heat is a batch of steel. For us, it weighs 170 tons. Eventually, we will make 28 heats a day, so a 170-ton batch every 51 minutes. The bucket is picked up by an overhead crane and carried to the electric arc furnace, or as we call it, the EAF. The EAF is lined with brick that can withstand high temperatures, and it also contains water-cooled panels. The furnace roof swings off, and the overhead crane positions itself over the furnace and opens the bottom of the charge bucket, allowing all the scrap to fall into the furnace. The roof is swung on, and 3 28-inch diameter graphite electrodes descend to melt the scrap using huge amounts of electricity. Scrap is melted from radiation from the electric arcs and heat from the resistance in the scrap. Additionally, 8 burners that use oxygen and natural gas are used to speed melting. To introduce this incredible amount of energy into a 25-foot diameter shell is truly like capturing lightning in a bottle. Lime and carbon are injected through the sidewalls to refine the steel until the temperature reaches about 3,000 degrees. Employees operate the furnace from a pulpit and take temperature and chemical composition tests. Slag, which are impurities, are decanted into a slag pot where it'll be recycled. And then an aperture will be opened and steel will flow through a tap hole into a ladle. The ladle is a brick-lined vessel that contains the steel while it is purified at the LMF and VTD and ultimately cast at the caster. A huge gas cleaning plant extracts the emissions from the EAF. The resultant dust is shipped for off-site processing, where heavy metals are separated and reused. The ladle metallurgy furnace, or LMF's function, is to refine the steel chemistry and maintain temperature. It has 3 smaller electrodes that heat the liquid steel while the ladle is being stirred with argon through the bottom of the ladle. The LMF also acts as a buffer or holding area between the melt shop, VTD, and caster. Ladle arrival at the caster must be closely synchronized with the process. This is where the steel is refined into specialty grades while remaining in the ladle. Different alloys are added to the heat in the ladle depending on the grade of steel being made. The next step in the process is a trip to the vacuum tank degasser. Vacuum degassing plays a critical role in the manufacture of steel. The vacuum degassing process allows the production of high-quality, low-carbon, and ultra-low-carbon steels with minimal oxygen, hydrogen, and nitrogen contamination. The ladle is placed in a tank that is covered with a lid. A series of mechanical pumps draw a deep vacuum on the contents of the tank, including the steel. The ladle is stirred with argon to expose more steel to vacuum. We reduce undesired elements like sulfur, hydrogen, and nitrogen in this process. We also introduce a high level of cleanliness in our steel that is desired for our applications. The final step in the process is rounds casting. This is where the molten steel is cast into solid, round blooms of steel up to 42 feet long. Several heats will be cast in a sequence by means of the rotating ladle turret. Steel is poured through the slide gate valve at the bottom of the ladle into a rectangular box named a tundish. This 30-ton box disperses steel through 4 slide gates into 4 strands of rounds being cast at a time. The molten steel goes into a water-cooled copper mold and is then extracted through a spray chamber that strategically sprays water and carefully cools the newly formed shape based on chemistry and speed. The strand is then straightened and cut into customer-desired lengths. Each round is inspected, tagged, and sent for cooling prior to being loaded onto a rail car. The rail cars could go to one of our facilities where they would be made into seamless pipe, or they could be sold as rounds to an outside party for other applications. Well, that wraps up our tour. I hope you'll agree it's a fascinating process with significant business and community impact potential. This modern technology, coupled with a progressive culture, is an unbeatable combination, and we look forward to decades of great success from this investment. We at US Steel look forward to hosting you on a tour soon to see it for yourselves.
Thanks, everybody. We enjoyed having you. It was a good day for us and hopefully a good day for you. We're excited about the future. Stay tuned, more to come.